Welcome back, you lovely people, to another video. We're here in the mini stock series again, and today I'm the bad guy. We're going to see later in this video, so stick around to find out what happened. So we are racing. We qualified P7 for this race, and the strength of field is 1.9k. Some very fast guys ahead of us at 4.3, as well as a number of 2.0. K I-rating drivers ahead of us. A little bit of argy-bargy through that first corner, nothing too crazy, but we get a little tap from the car on the inside, who got tapped from the car on the inside of him. Luckily we survived, we're able to hold the car together, and we're coming around to finish lap number 1. So coming out to lap number 2, we're trying to employ that strategy again of maintaining the tires for the first couple of laps, not pushing too hard. Especially we've dropped down a place or two at the start, we're down to 10th position now, and we're trying to make sure that we can recover this drive and keep on the back of the guys in front. This is only my 4th race in the mini stock, or any oval series for that matter, and I'm still learning, so I'm trying to watch the guys in front, see what they do and see what kind of lines they take, see how fast they push out initially, see how fast they push towards the end of the race, what the kind of general feel for oval is. And as I said in the previous videos, if you have any tips to get me faster or to help me out here, I always appreciate hearing from you guys, so if you have any tips, please put them down below. And we're coming around now, finishing lap number 4, still hanging on to the back of Justin in 9th, about a half a second or so behind him, you know, keeping the same kind of pace. I think at this stage in the race we were doing about 16.9s or 17 seconds. I wasn't pushing hard, I was just trying to maintain my tires. There's still a group of people right out in front, nobody's really pushing or going off into the distance right at this moment, but I don't want to hang around too much. I'm just making sure that I'm hanging on to the kind of back of the group in front, watching what they do, watching out for any incidents, making sure that anything that happens in front of us, I have plenty of time to react. And yeah, we're kind of closing the gap to Justin now. I don't know if that's just us being quicker or if he's slowing down because the car's in front of him, but we are catching him with a couple of tenths here, or a tenth of a second here and there, so we're now right on the back of him after the first kind of 7 laps or so. 35 lap race here, pretty quick race. They only last about 10 or 12 minutes, and I really had a lot of fun doing these races previously, so we jumped into the car again to see if we can improve. This time the strength of field is much higher, it is closer to that 2k bracket, and now I'm feeling very much out of my depth. So yeah, just one of those things where I'm very much feeling like a rookie in this series. I don't feel like a rookie in the Ferrari series or even the F4 series, but in mini stock very much feel like a rookie. As I said, it's only my 4th race, so we're definitely trying to keep on the back of these guys. So we're about 10 laps in or so into this race now, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe I need to start pushing, start catching these guys, putting them under a bit of pressure, forcing them into a bit of a mistake. The purple and black car, as you saw, got a bit of a mistake. He got on the curb on the inside. He's coming back around to try to get back down onto the low line, touches the number 9 car, sends them both wide. I try to go up the inside. I gain a position from number 7. He runs to the back of me momentarily, pushes me into number 7, gets a big slide on. He goes off the track for the pass. I just about keep the car together. And after all that argy-bargy, basically nothing happened, and all we did was lose time to the number 11 car behind. So now I'm staring down number 9 again, or number 7 in front, the purple and black car, and I have the blue number 11 right behind me. So I'm trying to see if we can catch back up to that group and see if I can get a move done on Andrew up in front. So I'm going wide here, seeing if I can put him off, maybe going to a slightly, let's say, later apex on this corner, get a better drive to try and get into turn 1. He is holding the inside line quite well, so yeah, we're pushing a little harder now than we were on the first 10 laps, and I'm right on the back bumper of Andrew, and we're trying to see if we can get a move done here. Also keeping an eye on the cars out in front, the kind of yellow and black car and the yellow car, they're running quite close, so they could tangle at any moment. And judging by the first opening laps of this race, there's a few people that are very much argy-bargy and elbows out, so anything can happen, and I'm just keeping an eye out in front as well, and just trying to make sure that if anything does happen, I have plenty of time to react and I'm not just fixated on the back bumper of the car in front. So also at the same time keeping an eye on the number 11, so the blue car behind in my mirror, so if he goes for a dive bomb or a move, that I have it covered off. We run a little wide here, trying to apex late again. Purple car kind of gets a bad drive. I have to check up my accelerator. and we are just holding position again. But I see that my kind of just being in his mirrors is putting him under pressure. He's burning up his tires a little bit, and I'm maintaining the grip, just getting better drives out of the corner, see if we can capitalize on that. We're about halfway through this race. It's not looking great at this moment, but there's plenty of time for carnage to happen. There's plenty of cars going side by side and kind of nose to tail right now, and anything can happen, so we're keeping an eye out. And right now I'm just maintaining my distance to the purple car in front and just trying to see what opportunities present themselves. A couple of cars out in front of this purple car are going really nose to tail. You can see them just right up against one another, and they're just jostling for position, and you can see a bunch of people are touching the curb. I was touching the curb on the inside, and I was loosening the car up a little bit. Car going sideways, there's smoke. Car goes wide, another car goes wide. The purple car is thinking about going up the inside, but we don't really get a move done. One of the red cars, number 5, cuts off the other red car and gets into a massive spin. Doesn't catch it, goes off into the wall. That we gain a position that way. Also, I think the red number 9 was kind of held up by that car cutting across in front of him, so we followed the purple car through, so we gained 2 positions thanks to that incident. So as I said, cars running nose to tail, anything can happen. Somebody makes a bad move, somebody checks up, somebody does a bad line, and all of a sudden you're looking at spinners in front of you, so you have to be aware of the cars even ahead of the car ahead of you. But we settle down a little bit here. I now have the number 9 right behind, I have number 7 in front, and we're catching the number 10. I run into the back of number 7, Andrew. He gets a bad run out of that corner, and I run into the back of him, and that probably should have been a warning sign for me, because as we come around now through turn 1s and 2, we come into turns 3 and 4. He's going to run a little wide here, get a little bit of a slide. I'm trying to go up the inside. He cuts off, and then we connect. And it's a bit of a clumsy move by me. I touch his rear quarter panel, send him spinning. It was just something I should have checked up and held off and accelerating, but I was anticipating him when he ran wide that he wasn't going to cut back down, but he does, and it was kind of a mistake on my part. So yes, I did a bad thing. I kind of murdered somebody into turn number 4, coming out of turn number 4. So we keep the position. I did say sorry to him at the time. I looked at the replay after the race, and it was just clumsy by me on my part. Judging by the way people were driving in this split, there was definitely a lot of argy-bargy, so I mean it was probably par for the course for this race, but I felt kind of bad about it. Let me know what you think down below. Do you think that was my fault, or do you think he kind of just got off his line and should have not cut down in front of me, anticipating me having a better drive, or do you think it's just one of those racing incidents that's kind of 50-50? Let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to get different opinions on racing incidents and see what happened. But right now we're settling down. We're P8. This is lap number 27, coming up to finish it, so we're going to start lap number 28. We got a couple of guys in front of us who are still around our I rating. There's 2 cars in front of us that are 1.5 just like we are, but the rest of the guys are all over 2k, who are way out in front. They've been driving pretty smooth race and pulling out slowly in front. I think the leader in this race is on average about 0.2 of a second a lap faster than I was on average, so I need to work on my race pace a little bit. But I felt also at the end here in these kind of like last 5 or 6 laps, I was pushing harder and harder trying to get these positions, and the front wasn't biting as much as it was, especially in the previous race that I did. It just wasn't gripping, and with a higher strength of field you're going to be pushing harder and harder. So as you can see now, the number 9 car goes up the inside of the number 10 car, the yellow car, and the yellow car starts blinking, which I'm going, crap, great. There was a little bit of this in this race, very precise driving, a lot of kind of bumping and nudging, and the number 10 car, the yellow and black car, was kind of slamming the door shut, and he's running wide on steering here, as you can see, and then he'd come down and he'd slam the door shut on the apex quite often. So I was keeping an eye on that as I go for this move. He is respectful as a car off to the right, bit of a back marker, a couple of laps behind. But yeah, the number 10 car did the opposite of the purple car. He kind of runs a little wide but keeps the kind of high line, and I get a move done. So now we're up to 7th. There's only about 3 laps to go. We're seeing if we can hang on to the 7th position, or if maybe we can push the number 9 car into a mistake. I am understeering like crazy. I have not managed to maintain my tires as I would have liked. But yeah, we're trying to keep the car under control here whilst battling the car in front, trying to put him under pressure, make him make a mistake, whilst also keeping the car behind. you know, ultimately that is racing at the end of the day. But yeah, just a fun race here. About 2 laps to go. 7th position right now. I think at this stage in the race we're definitely doing 17 seconds, maybe dipped into the 16.9s as the tyres kind of burned off, got overheated, as we're coming up now to finish the race, coming around the last corner, and I see the car behind just catching me. He's right on my back bumper, so I floored as early as I can, understeering like crazy across the line to keep 7th position. Overall, pretty happy with the 7th position. Not happy about the move where I took out the purple car. I said sorry to him after the race. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys, on that one. But if you enjoy this one, hope to see you in the next one. And we're going to jump to the results momentarily, so we'll see what that did to my iRating. So to the results, we go double green. A decent safety rating increase. Almost nothing increased our iRating, so we're still around that 1.5k. But having only competed 4 races, I'm still pretty happy to be around 1.5k. And we're going to see in the future if we can improve upon that. So if you have any tips on how to race ovals, leave them down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. And if you like these to see more, click subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next video.